everyone. I'd like to call this meeting to order, October 10th, 2023. It's 10 bucks straight up. And I've asked Woody to lead us in the pledge to start, and Supervisor Humphrey will have the invocation after that.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Our kind and gracious Heavenly Father, we thank Thee for Thy many, many blessings. We ask that Thou be with us today as we make decisions for the constituents of Gila County, that we listen and understand and speak and be understood. Heavenly Father, we ask that blessing for staff as they help us gather information that we make decisions on, that the Spirit be with them as they help guide us as we go forward. Heavenly Father, today we have a new chairman of the chairman of the board. We ask that you be with him as he chairs the Board of Supervisors as we go forward to bless him as he makes decisions. Heavenly Father, all these things that we are grateful for and that we ask Thee of, we do so in the name of your Son and our Savior, Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, gentlemen. Okay, we're going to jump right in. We got item 2A, public hearing, information, discussion, action to consider a liquor license application. County number LL-23-017, submitted by Amarjet Nagra, and I hope I said that right, for a location owner transfer of a Series 007 beer and wine bar license at the Tonto Basin Marketplace, mile marker 260, Highway 188, Tonto Basin, and issue a recommendation to the Arizona Department of Liquor Licenses and Control whether the license should be granted. Samantha's presenting.
Good morning, Chairman Christensen and board members. Thank you. As stated, this is a Series 7 beer and wine bar license application for the Tonto Basin Marketplace, located in Tonto Basin. The county does have an internal review process whereby the treasurer reviews the application and ensures the applicant is current on property tax payments for all properties owned in Gila County. The Health Department and Building Permitting Department both review the application. To date, there have been no issues reported for the Tonto Basin Marketplace. The clerk of the board's office recommends to proceed with the public hearing, and I can take any questions.
Thank you. Supervisor Humphrey.
I have no questions.
Supervisor Klein.
Neither do I.
And neither do I, and so that will open it up for public hearing. Is there anyone present in Globe to speak on behalf of this item? Anyone in Payson?
No, sir.
And also then YouTube or the internet? No one? Okay. With that, then I'll close the public hearing and ask for a motion.
Mr. Chair, I move to recommend that the Arizona Department of Liquor License and Control approve the liquor license application submitted by Amarjet Nagra for the Tonto Basin Marketplace.
And Mr. Chair, I'll second that.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve. All those in favor, aye?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries unanimous. Item 2B, information, discussion, action to consider a liquor license application county number LL-23-18 submitted by Amy Nations for the new Series 006 bar license at Saddle Tramp Saloon and Dead Broke Inn, 47893 North Highway 288 in Young. Issue a recommendation to the Arizona Department of Liquor Licenses and Control whether the license should be granted. Samantha.
Thank you again. This is a Series 6 bar license application for the Saddle Tramp Saloon and Dead Broke Inn located in Young. Again, the county does have an internal review process whereby the treasurer reviews the application and ensures that the applicant is current on property tax payments for all properties owned in Gila County. The Health Department and Building Permitting Department both review the application. To date, there have been no issues reported for the Saddle Tramp Saloon and Dead Broke Inn, and the clerk of the board's office recommends to proceed with the public hearing.
Okay. Senator Humphrey, any questions?
I have none. Thank you.
Supervisor, not senator. Did I say senator? Oh, that's an upgrade. Supervisor Klein?
No, I don't.
No, neither do I. So with that, I'll open the public hearing. Anyone present here in Globe that would like to speak on that? No? Anyone in Payson?
No, sir.
No? Thank you. Cassandra? No. Okay, with that, I'll open up for a motion.
Mr. Chair, I'll make the motion to recommend that the Arizona Department of Liquor Licenses and Control approve the liquor license application submitted by Amy Nations for the Saddle Tramp Saloon and Dead Broke In.
Mr. Chair, I'll second that.
With a motion and a second to approve, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries unanimous. Thank you. Let's move on to regular agenda item 3A, information discussion action to adopt proclamation number 2023-03 proclaiming October 2023 as National Women's Small Business Month in Gila County. James Menlove.
Mr. Chairman, members of the board, good morning. Pleasure
Morning.
to be here this morning and recommend this proclamation regarding support of businesses owned by women. If it's all right, Mr. Chairman, I'd like to read the proclamation.
Please do.
It is proposed to adopt today. Whereas working women constitute 72 million, or almost half of the nation's workforce, and strive to serve their communities, their states, and their nation in professional, civic, and cultural capacities. And whereas there are more than 12 million women-owned businesses in the United States, generating 2.1 trillion in sales and employing 10.1 million people. And whereas working women should be applauded for their contributions to the workplace and the financial stability of their families, especially during the economic downturn, when more women have become their family's breadwinner. And whereas a central purpose of this month is to promote equity for all women and to help create better conditions for working women through the study and advocacy of social, educational, and economic issues impacting women in the workplace. And whereas the Eastern Arizona College Small Business Development Center, Gila Valley Small Business Women of the Year Committee recognizes women businesses owners in Graham, Greenlee, and Gila counties through its annual Gila Valley Small Business Woman of the Year Award on October 24th. Whereas we urge all citizens, businesses, and community organizations in the Gila County to join this salute to working women and business owners, encourage and promote the celebration of the achievements of all working women and female business owners as they contribute daily to our economic, civic, and cultural goals and livelihood. Now, therefore, be it resolved that we, the Gila County Board of Supervisors, hereby proclaim the month of October 2023 as National Women's Small Business Month. Mr. Chairman, I would refer that in the proclamation, it refers to a Woman of the Year Awards, and this is a opportunity that there will be three, since Eastern Arizona College represents Greenlee County, Graham County, and Gila County. They will have three winners that each winner, one from each county, will receive $1,000 from that nomination, and those will be awarded on October 24th at the venue is 430 West Main Street in Safford. So that's what that's referring to. But staff would recommend adopting proclamation number 2023-03.
Thank you, James.
No questions.
No questions, Supervisor Klein?
No, I just think it's a good thing, so thank you, James.
Yeah, I see it as a very good thing. I really like to see the successes of what we would consider minorities, or should I say people in the past that didn't have the same opportunities, and having equal opportunities. Great. So thank you, James, and congratulations to all the women that own businesses and strive to make their lives better and do that. We do support that. So with that, I will ask for a motion.
Mr. Chair, I move to adopt proclamation number 2023-03.
And Mr. Chair, I'll second that.
Okay, we have a motion to approve and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
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 Thank you.
Motion passes. Item 3B, information discussion action to certify the collection amounts for the Superior Court, $768,570.41. The Payson Regional Justice Court, $587,752.24. And Globe Regional Justice Court, $566,000 $403.73 for fiscal year 2023, 2022, 2023. Good to see you, Maren.
Good morning, Mr. Chair. Good morning, Supervisor Klein, Supervisor Humphrey. We are here to certify these amounts today. We get this information reported to us from the Gila County Treasurer, and they use the information to certify to the state after you have certified it for us.
Thank you, Maren. Any questions, Supervisor Humphrey?
I have no questions, Mr.
Thank you. Any?
I'm good. Thank you, Mayor.
You? I have no questions, so with that, I'll ask for a motion.
Mr. Chair, I make the motion to certify the collection amounts for the Superior Court, $768,570.41. Payson Regional Justice Court, $587,752.24. And Globe Regional Justice Court, $566,403.73 for FY 22 and 23.
I'll second that, Mr. Chair.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries unanimous. Thank you,
Thank
Maren.
you.
Have a great day. Item 3C, information, discussion, action to adopt resolution number 23-10-01, which approves the disposal and sale of a portion of Olive Street located on the town site of West Globe Plat Map, Official Map, number 27, Gila County Records, Gila County, Arizona, to Jeffrey D. Lovato Sr. and Denise R. Lovato as trustees of the Lovato Family Trust under trust agreement dated October 9th, 2019, in the amount of $1,000, which amount the board deems commensurate with the property being sold, and authorizes the chairman to execute the related quit-claim deed. We have Homero Vela. Good morning.
Good morning, Chairman Christensen and board members. This is a board item that is a complicated issue, and therefore you see many quotes of our state statutes that pertain to it. I am going to select the points I think that get the message across, and however, there is, we've learned a lot as we do more and more road abandonments. On May 9th, 2023, the Gila County Board of Supervisors directed staff to begin the process to vacate a portion of Olive Street. Staff provided notifications and public postings of the board decision. That is an action that you took in the past. And that action was taken because we had an application from someone for a road abandonment where a property encroached on the roadway. And as you'll hear, that roadway had never been constructed, built, or used. We will explain all of that as we move with this board item. So the plat of the town site of West Globe was recorded in 1910. Some of the roads and alleys in the subdivision have never been constructed or completed. Many have been vacated in the past. This portion of Olive Street has never been built. Okay. The only abutting owner, the Lovato Family Trust, for this portion of Olive Street that adjoins their property, has submitted a bid. The bid meets a minimum requirement established by the current Gila County policy on abandonment of roadways in Gila County. Abandoning this portion of Olive Street will not deny anyone access to any of their properties. In accordance with Arizona Revised Statute 287202, this portion of roadway is not necessary for the public use as a roadway. The trust is an abutting owner to the subject property. An application was signed by one of the trustees of the trust, Denise Lovato, indicating the trust would like to purchase the property. There are two different definitions of abutting owners that apply to the road abandonment process, and notice is required to be given to each category of abutting owners. The first category of abutting owners is the definition in common usage, which is the current owners of land with a common border that adjoins that portion of the highway proposed to be abandoned. ARS 286701 grant the Board of Supervisors authority to abandon a public highway or a portion of a public highway, and to do so by resolution, provided that at least 60 days before the resolution is effective, the Board of Supervisors gives notice by certified mail to the owners of the land abutting the highway or a portion of the highway to be abandoned, and that board shall not abandon the highway or portion of the highway unless a majority of the owners of land abutting the highway approve the action to abandon the highway. Notice has been sent to the Lovato Trust, and notice was also sent by certified mail. The trust is the only owner of land abutting the portion of Olive Street proposed to be abandoned, and staff believes that the trust approves the abandonment as indicated by a signed application on their part. Okay. The second category of abutting owner is a specialized definition, and quoting ARS 287204E. For purposes of this section, abutting owners means the original owner of the vacated roadway or the original owner's heirs who have previously had a portion of the property acquired for roadway purposes and therefore are left with an abutting remainder of property over which they still retain direct ownership. This definition of abutting owners would have preferential rights. Staff is not aware of the existence of any abutting owners under this definition. However, posting of notice is required, and we gave notice to specialized abutting owners. This posting was accomplished on August 7th, 2023. Staff, again, is not aware of the existence of any specialized abutting owners. ARS 287204C3 states that the posted notice, any person may submit special offers. However, the only person who is authorized to submit a purchase offer is a person who is an abutting owner, as defined in either of the two categories described above. We don't expect any abutting owners for the specialized category to be here. This means that upon sale to the trust, the portion of Olive Street that is abandoned will vest in that trust. The Gila County policy and procedure for abandonment of county highways, local streets, avenues, alleys, and for the extinguishment of easements within Gila County adopted by the board February of 2011 provides the guideline that consideration is based upon current assessed value of the land in the area shall be deemed commensurate with the value of the roadway. The value based on current assessed values of the trust is $915 as shown on the attachments. The trust has submitted $1,000 for the purchase. The board could accept that higher amount if they choose to by deviating from that minimum policy. In conclusion, it is the best interest of all involved to abandon this portion of the road. Jeffrey and Denise Lovato, the trustees of the trust, submitted a check to Public Works Department in the amount of $1,000 for the portion of Olive Street adjacent to their property. It's the recommendation of Public Works Director that the board accept a bid from Jeffrey and Denise Lovato, the trustees of the trust, in the amount of $1,000 for a portion of Olive Street adjacent to their property, and to adopt resolution number 23-10-01 authorizing the disposal and sale of a portion of Olive Street, and authorize the board chairman's signature on the related quitclaim deed conveying a portion of Olive Street to the trust. And with that, I'll entertain questions.
Thank you, Homero. Supervisor Humphrey.
Homero, will they be required to combine those two properties through the assessor's office?
We didn't discuss that with them. It benefits them to combine that property, and actually they need to combine it to satisfy the encroachment of that. They have a building that encroaches on the property, and they're trying to clear that up with community development.
Okay, yeah, the reason I asked that is because it would just help going forward if they did combine those beings under the situation. No further questions, Mr. Chair. Homero, thank you.
Supervisor Klein.
No, I'm good.
So, thank you, Homero. So I remember this, and so we're taking something that was not on the tax rolls and will now be on the tax rolls, correct?
Correct. It's not on the tax roll. It's a public highway today. It was part of a road that was dedicated as a public road on a plat that's never been used, never been constructed, and sitting there idle. And tomorrow they will be on the tax roll.
So, and also then, you went through a lot of Arizona statutes, and I like that. People have so many different laws, and as long as we're, I got a little lost in all of that. However, I'm assured that our attorneys and everything, this is the proper approach to do here.
Our county attorneys played a big role in writing the board item.
Okay.
And helped make quite a bit on that.
Great. Perfect. So it seems like a win-win, but I will open it up for a motion.
Mr. Chairman, if I could take
Yes, sir.
this minute. I want to acknowledge the assessor staff. We have Chris and Micah here with us, and maybe not necessarily on this particular parcel, but to acknowledge that they have such a tremendous role in these types of things where there's properties and realignments and all that. We've recently been working with them quite a bit on one particular parcel, and they've got to go through records that sometimes over 100 years old that they're trying to research and make sure that land ownership is properly passed through and checks all the boxes. So I recognize the assessor staff, Chris and Micah, that are here, and all the assessor staff and all of their dedicated hard work and what they do to keep our land and properties straight for us at Gila County. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. So yes, good job. We have a tremendous, doing a lot of great things. So this is a complicated thing that seems simple. So anyway, I will entertain a motion.
Mr. Chair, I move to adopt resolution number 23-10-01.
Mr. Chair, I'll second that.
We have a motion to, and approval, second to approve. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Let's see where we're at here. I think the next item is mine, and so we have information discussion action to approve economic development agreement number 090523 between Gila County and the Payson Senior Center in the amount of $20,000 to assist with the Payson Senior Center new building project, which the board has determined to be for the benefit of the public. And I do believe we have a representative here from the Payson Senior Center, if you'd like to come up. And this is something that's near and dear to my heart. And so they do a tremendous amount in all of northern Gila County and on down into central Gila County. And so they're trying to improve their facilities by building another building. And so that's what this is about. This is not constituent funds. This comes from what source, James?
From, technically from the county manager's appropriation that the board appropriated to fill needs such as this.
Okay, great. Thank you.
It's from lottery,
The lottery money.
shared lottery money.
Right, so it's not tax dollars directly. So, okay, please introduce yourself again, and you have some comments.
Yes, so my name is Debbie Steffens, and I am the Director of Development CEO for the Payson Senior Center, and we made a presentation a few months ago before you, and I just want to say thank you for allowing us to come back and possibly have this support from each district, since we do service in each district area from Tonto Basin to Star Valley, Payson, Geisela, Rye, and Mesa Del. We appreciate the support. We've outgrown the space. It's just that simple. In the building we're in, we know we can service a lot more people if we had a larger facility, and that is our goal. Being a nonprofit, we know that responsibility of funding this project, does fall on our shoulders, and we're doing the best we can. Since the last time we spoke, we did receive a $400,000 pledge, contingent on the fact that we actually get a shovel in the ground and a permit. So that leaves us at 1.1 million, just shy of being able to complete the construction. And so we will apply this 20,000 into this project. I see on the grant proposal that it's within a year, and we will do that. So we have RFPs hopefully going out in the next week. So we are just going to go ahead and move forward, faith believing that the funds are going to come along with us as we do this project. So thank you for your time and your support. We really, truly appreciate it. On behalf of all the elderly, the homebound, and the seniors in each of those districts, we just say thank you.
Pretty exciting, Debbie. Supervisor Humphrey.
I have no questions other than good luck on your project. I hope that it goes well
Thank you.
and helps better the facility for the seniors in that area.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
You bet.
Supervisor Klein.
I as well. Well, I wish you all the luck in the world, and our senior centers are near and dear to all of our hearts. So good luck with that.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
Thank you, Debbie. You're almost at the finish line, so
Yes.
we're glad to help. This is in a small way helping, but the ultimate goal is to get you up and running and really help the area and increase actually the impact that you have with Meals on Wheels and all those things. So with that, I will entertain a motion.
Mr. Chair, I'll make the motion to approve Economic Development Agreement number 090523 in the amount of $20,000, which the board has determined to be for the benefit of the public.
Mr. Chair, I'll second that.
We have a motion to approve and second. All those in favor say aye.
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 Aye. Motion carries.
Thank you very much. We appreciate that. And we also appreciate the program support over the many, many years. It is a blessing.
Yes,
So
thank you, and thank you for coming today.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
This is a gift. You
Yeah.
know, we truly appreciate it that you found a way to make this support possible. And I know you had to be creative in the way in which you did it, and you found it. So appreciate all of the energy behind the scenes that took place to get us to where we are today. And again, thank you for your time.
Say hi to Chris for me.
Will do.
Okay,
Thank
thanks.
you.
All right. Item 3E, information, discussion, action to approve economic development agreement number 092223 between Gila County and the Pleasant Valley Veterans Retreat, incorporating the amount of $4,500 for assistance with the production and the fundraiser to be held on November 4th, 2023, which the board is determined to be for the benefit of the public. Woody, would you help us?
I will. Thank you, Mr. Chair. So this money that we're asking for will help support this fundraiser that's coming up in November, first week in November. But there's a couple other opportunities we may have to raise this money as well. And if those opportunities go through, then we won't be using that $4,500. And so we have some applications submitted for some grants to help with this instead. This is just a way we can make sure and get this covered for this event. And for everybody that doesn't know, those tickets are out there now. There's a way you can go online and purchase your tickets, $100 a ticket. So I encourage everybody to do so that would like to go. It's going to be a very good event, and it's going to benefit a lot of people. Questions? I'll take any questions.
Supervisor Humphrey.
Mr. Chair, I have no questions, and I do believe I've already got a ticket.
Good deal. Thank you.
And I have 2 tickets.
Good for you.
I look forward to being there with my wife.
Good.
So,
We'll be happy to see you all.
yes,
It'll be a good.
it's an exciting thing. So thank you for that. And so I will call for a motion.
Mr. Chair, I move to approve Economic Development Agreement number 092223 in the amount of $4,500, which the board has determined to be for the benefit of the public.
And Mr. Chair, I'll second that.
We have a motion and a second to approve. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Thank you. And item 3F is information, discussion, action to approve economic development agreement number 092023 between Gila County and the Friends of the Tonto Natural Bridge State Park in the amount of $2,500 for the production of the annual all-agency retreat, which the board is determined to be for the benefit of the public. Woody.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. So this was brought to me from folks there at the Natural Bridge, and they're putting on this all-natural agency retreat down there. They were a little short on getting that established and getting it going. There's going to be multiple agencies involved with this and attending it. Sounds like it's going to be a really good thing. So that I'd entertain any questions.
Supervisor Humphrey.
Mr. Chair, I have no questions.
Okay, and neither do I. So I'll call for a motion.
Mr. Chair, I'd make the motion to approve Economic Development Agreement number 092023 in the amount of $2,500, which the board has determined to be for the benefit of the public.
Mr. Chair, I'll second that.
Motion to approve in second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. And item 3G, information, discussion, action to approve economic development agreement number 092123 between Gila County and the Young Public Library in the amount of $10,000, which the board is determined to be for the benefit of the public. Woody.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Again, this is an issue there with their building. They had went in there and done some roof work on the building. Anyway, in the course of all this, it's kind of a pretty big hassle. it created some leaks. After going through the register of contractors and doing a bunch of different things, it was decided that the contractor that did the work was not responsible. And anyway, the board ended up having to scramble to put all this together and fix it. But in the meantime, it had enough damage to it where they had to pull sheetrock down inside, insulation out, a bunch of work. So they scrambled and went to having some fundraisers and have raised some money to boot. And this money right here would just put them to that amount that it's gonna take to fix it. And they've got bids. Of course, as you all know, bids are hard to come by, and in Young, they're even harder. But they have worked with bids, and they got a bid there and ready to go. So I take any questions.
Cool. Supervisor Humphrey.
Well, I've got a lot of questions, but none of them are probably worthy of bringing up right now. Darn that guy for making the roof worse than it started for.
Things happen.
Other than that, I have no question.
I don't have any questions, so I'll entertain a motion.
Mr. Chair, I move to approve Economic Development Agreement Number 092123 in the amount of $10,000, which the board has determined to be for the benefit of the public.
And Mr. Chair, I'll second that.
Okay, we have a motion to approve and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. All right, I will call for a motion to recess as the Gila County Board of Supervisors and convene as the Gila County Board of Equalization.
So moved, Mr. Chair.
That-
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve that. All those in favor say aye.
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 Aye. Information, discussion, action to receive and accept hearing officer H. Charles Johnson's decision pertaining to the October 6, 2023 Board of Equalization hearing regarding the assessor's property valuations for tax year 2024. Samantha.
Thank you. The County Board of Equalization is required to decide on petitions for review evaluation before October 15th of each year. Sorry. On behalf of the Board of Supervisors, Board of Equalization, Hearing Officer Johnson held a Board of Equalization hearing on Friday, October 6th, 2023, to decide on an appeal of the assessor's 2024 tax year valuation of parcel number 304-02-023S. No other appeals were submitted. Per the contractual agreement between Mr. Johnson and the board's review of the hearing officer's decision is limited. The county receives the decision of the hearing officer and shall uphold the decision of the hearing officer unless there is substantial evidence presented to the Board of Equalization that the procedures for the hearing were not followed. State law was violated, or there is no evidence from the record to substantiate the hearing officer's decision. Take any questions if you have any.
Supervisor Humphrey.
I have no questions.
Supervisor Klein.
I don't believe I have either. Thank you.
Okay, so Samantha, what this means, if I understand, is that there's been a hearing and everyone's in agreement with the outcome.
Yes, sir, that's
We're
correct.
here to just ratify that.
Yes.
Okay, with that then I will call for a motion.
Okay, Mr. Chair, I move, where are we at? Information, okay. I move to, I don't have the motion, okay. I move to accept the October 6, 2023 Board of Equalization hearing officer's decision regarding parcel number 304-02-023S for tax year 2024.
And I will second that,
We
Mr.
have a
Chair.
motion to accept and a second. All those in favor say aye.
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 Aye. Motion carries unanimous. And now I need a motion to adjourn as the Gila County Board of Equalization and reconvene as the Gila County Board of Supervisors.
So moved, Mr. Chair.
I'll second that.
Now we have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
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 Okay. So that moves us on to item 4, A through D, consent agenda. If any of the supervisors would like to remove one or all for further discussion, we can do that. Supervisor Humphrey.
I don't care to remove anything.
Supervisor Klein.
I'm good.
And neither do I. So We'll call for a motion.
Mr. Chair, I move to approve consent agenda items 4A through 4D.
And I will second that.
We have a motion and a second to approve the consent agenda items 4A through D. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries unanimous. Could it be we're getting close to the end of the meeting? Wow.
Almost.
You're chairing, you can close it whenever you want to.
You can slow it down or speed it up.
Okay, so we've reached that portion where we do a call to the public for anyone that wishes to have a comment to the board. Is there anyone here in Globe? No? YouTube? No? Joseph?
No, sir.
Looks like we have Eric Mariscala visiting. Welcome. Okay, good. Okay, so we'll close that, item 5, and item 6. We'll open it up for discussion that the any board member or the county manager may present some current events. So we'll turn it over to James Menlove if you have something.
Mr. Chairman, only that the Board of Supervisors will be attending the County Supervisors Association Legislative Summit in preparation for the legislature that's quickly coming upon us. So that is an interesting time and a lot of deep discussions on statutes and legislation.
Is that all you have?
Yep.
Thank you. Yeah, we look forward to that. That's just coming right up. So Supervisor Humphrey, do you have anything for us?
Just meetings. Last week after a board meeting, I was in Tonto Basin, 5 o'clock for the meeting. A lot of people showed up. Good meeting. A lot of information. There's a lot of things going on there with the bridge and roads and things of that nature. And then yesterday I had a Roosevelt meeting at 1 o'clock. 21 people showed up. It was a good meeting. Again, a lot of things going on there with construction projects with the drainage and things of that nature. And then I was on the radio last night at 5:30 KQSS, and then to the board of meeting at Town of Miami in front of the mayor and council last night after I was on the radio. So it's been busy, just meetings, getting out and about and in front of people to see what I need and what I can do for them.
Thank you, Supervisor. I, for one, appreciate the amount of interaction you have within your district. I think it's a good thing. Supervisor Klein, what do you have for us?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. So Saturday, I attended the Ponderosa HOA meeting there at our department, Christopher Coles. Pretty good turnout. You know, we had a good turnout last year when we were there, but there was probably another 10 or 15 people more now, probably around 50 people, I would guess. Good questions. The Forest Service was there talking about the burn that they just completed. Everybody seemed happy enough with it. Didn't seem to be any real issues there. The Christopher Coles Fire Department is just now wrapping up the bids on the well that we've helped them with.
Yeah.
And so they're going to be getting started with that, drilling that as well. So anyway, they passed their thanks on to all of us for our help in that, and was really grateful for it. And then Wednesday, tomorrow, I have an NRCD meeting. That'll be in Payson. And then, like manager said, this week, CSA and Flagstaff will be there. Last week we had a group at the Pleasant Valley Veterans Retreat, a motorcycle group, and I've got their deal right here. It's really cool. These guys were really interesting to visit with, and Kathy's got more of these. They would like to see them. They came in, spent the night there, left the next morning. We were able to sit down with them and kind of critique the site for any suggestions or anything like that that they had or ideas. These folks were from all over the country. I think there's one guy from Pennsylvania that was there, if I remember right. It might have been one from upstate New York as well. But anyway, they traveled a long ways to be a part of this. And real interesting. And they do about 11 of these trips a year. This group does. And what it is, it's called Motorcycle Relief Project. It's therapeutic motorcycle adventures for veterans and first responders. And so you can go online and read more about them. You can donate online. Their main headquarters, it looks like, is out of Fountain, Colorado. And so, but just a really good group and really interesting to talk to. So, like I said earlier, the ticket sales, we need to work on that. So if you know of anybody interested in ticket sales for the gala that's going on in Star Valley, why, let them know about it. Other than that, that's it.
Thank you, Supervisor Klein. Yeah, I really see the Veterans Retreat turning into something that is nationally recognized. That's why we need to get the 512 road paved so that we can even improve
So it
people
doesn't tear my-
that want to have a car show or, yeah, I mean, you know, just think of the potential.
Well, you know what, and I'm talking about motorcycle group, and when this first came up, me and Kathy were talking about it, I'm like, oh my gosh, I hope they're not driving Harleys, because they're not gonna like this road. But these were the cross-country big bikes,
Oh,
so they could be on highways, dirt, whatever. They were designed for all that, so it really worked out good for them. But we do have a lot of interest in people being able to ride their motorcycles through Young, on down through the Southway, or whatever, just on day trips. So yeah, I look forward to the day we pave that road.
oh, yeah, we need to do that. And then the state needs to pave whatever going south.
Say that was a bad word. But
I know it was.
I'm glad
Well-
to see that it's not a dirty word anymore, because I can remember a time when paving the road to Young was a bad word.
Well, it's like building the bridge, I gotta say.
and let everybody know, it's kind of funny. I've seen this for 60 years, I guess. But back then it was all the old timers saying, "Oh no, we don't want it paid. It's gonna change it, yada yada." Well, the old timers have come and gone, and now some of my generation are saying, "Hey, we've had enough of this road. It tears everything up." On and on. But it's the newcomers coming into Young today that are the most vocal about it. And it's because, well, we're here and we don't want to see anybody else here, so we don't want the road paved. But but it is what it is, and the road's not stopping people from moving in.
Well, I view it as progress. Thank you, Supervisor Klein. So we're building a bridge across the Tono. A lot of people didn't want that because it's going to mean development. By the way, the first, I don't know if you call them girders, what do they call the horizontal support structures? The first one's up, and there was 2 trucks lined up with 2 more.
Oh, cool.
So those are starting to be put in. And so, yes, it will change that area, and if we pave, it will change Young. And we put, there's been 3 bridges put in on the Houston Mesa Road. No one wants any of those removed now. But I remember when they were not there. So, it's progress. So I have a few things on my list. I've been pretty busy. The Hash Knife dedication ceremony coming up October 27th, and you will be receiving an invitation either today or tomorrow right in that area. Been working with Bianca with facilities and Rick with facilities, and we are coming right along. So I've been speaking with the artist, also Scott Rogers, and so it's all coming together. I've got volunteers that are really helping. I really appreciate them. I got to really put a shout out to Griffin Hurley, who is local, Star Valley construction company that's helped with the project, and also Amon Builders, Levi Amon, and I'm going to be adding to my Facebook page for all these guys. These guys just put in so much of their own time and even their own money. They purchase things, which I didn't want them to have to do, but that happened as a consequence, and so really great, and it's all coming together. And we'll have more to come. So I want to say, though, we had initially a budget. Remember, we're sharing with the town of Payson equally, 50-50. And the total expenditure limitation was $60,000, if you remember. 30 for us, 30 for them. The actual cost that I estimated was $49,300, and the total cost that it will be is $46,000, and so I am under my own estimated budget of $3,190 under the estimated budget. So we got quite a bargain there when it comes to this project. I was on K-RIM on the 4th, That went really well. Had an ADOT meeting with Tom Goodman and an ADOT representative. I was just tickled to death that I actually was able to talk to someone at ADOT. And so we presented about 5 or 6 various things that I felt we needed in the pine strawberry area, and I believe we're going to get a couple of them, and I'm going to be happy with that. I also talked with Homero. He's going to assist on one of the things that I was hoping ADOT would provide. But anyway, we're working together. Also had that meeting then with Homero and Scott and Wayne on trail access in Pine. I think we've got that figured out. I haven't met with the HOA yet, but I do have a call into them. They haven't returned my call. I'm a little surprised. Also talked about the Poco Pino logging that's going to be occurring in the Pine area, and that's going to be good for that area. Met with the sheriff's posse representatives and the old jailhouse that's in Payson. It's the oldest county building we have in that area, 1934, and they want it to maintain its historic look, its historic value. And I said we can probably do something internally at the county to preserve that through some sort of a process. And they also need some money to do some repairs and replacement and fix up to retain the windows and all that they want to do. And so I've just barely started to begin on that. I'm kind of hoping that the three of us can work together to help get them some money to do that through facilities. It'll be just kind of like through facilities. And then James called a meeting at his office for the Gila Provisional College. We met with representatives from there on the board, Janet, and Fernando. And I was present on the phone. And so we had a pretty healthy and frank discussion about what's going on. And so we are going to have some meetings. I've asked James to get us a meeting to where we can discuss things ourselves. And so that, we look forward to seeing that. And then the rodeo committee invited me out to Bill and Corky Armstrong's house, where they have an annual steak dinner. And so I couldn't say no to that. And so I had a good time out there. You know, Bill's still doing really well. I really like that. He's doing great. And Corky and all of that. And it's a great group of people. We support that. The county supports the Payson Rodeo Committee. They do a great thing with the oldest continuous rodeo in the world. And so that's a great thing. That's all I have. Have I stirred up any other comments from anyone?
The logging in Pine, is that part of Forefry? Probably is, isn't it?
It might be. I couldn't speak to that, but Poco Pino involves several locations in the area. Some north of Lomia, some to the east of town, and some out on the control road. And so the contracts will be issued, and then the contractor then, this seems funny to me, but the contractor then decides when he's going to start doing that stuff. So part of our work with the county is to figure out the pathway, the roads, the safety involved there, and establish the contracts involving repair of the road or anything that they damage. And so Homero's right on top of that, along with Wayne. And so we're very happy about that. Anything else?
No, thank you.
Okay, good. Anything else? We're good? Okay, with that, I'll adjourn the meeting. Thank you.